Have you ever wondered why women are often attracted to those who are described as bad boys? Let's delve into it. One of the first things to understand is that attraction is not a black and white concept, but rather it's a complex cocktail of emotional, physical, and psychological factors. And one such factor that plays a significant role is confidence. Confidence is magnetic. It's an invisible force that draws people in, and it's a trait often associated with those labeled as bad boys. When we say confidence, we're not talking about arrogance or an inflated sense of self-importance. Rather, it's a sense of self-assuredness, a belief in one's abilities and worth. It's the ability to walk into a room and own it without uttering a single word. It's about knowing who you are, what you want, and not being afraid to go after it. And it's this assertiveness, this willingness to take charge and make decisions, that can be incredibly attractive. But why is this so? Why are confidence and assertiveness so appealing? Well, it's likely because these traits suggest strength, independence, and resilience. They hint at a person who can handle life's ups and downs, who can navigate tricky situations and come out on top. And in the context of a relationship, these traits can bring a sense of security and stability. Moreover, confidence and assertiveness often come hand in hand with a sense of adventure and excitement. They suggest a person who isn't afraid to take risks, to step out of their comfort zone, to live life on their own terms. And let's face it, who wouldn't be drawn to the allure of such excitement? So, when women say they're attracted to bad boys, it's not necessarily about the bad. It's more about these underlying traits of confidence and assertiveness. It's about the thrill of adventure, the allure of strength, and the appeal of a self-assured personality. So, it's not about being bad, it's about carrying oneself with confidence and assertiveness. Sometimes it's the thrill of the chase that draws people in. Often we find ourselves fascinated by the intricate world of challenges, by their magnetizing ability to pique our interest in the most unsuspecting ways. This attraction towards challenges is not simply a random phenomenon, but a manifestation of our ingrained human propensity to engage with puzzles, enigmas, and mysteries that kindle our problem-solving instincts. This inclination is particularly evident when it comes to interpersonal relationships. There's something irresistibly captivating about the idea of fixing or transforming someone. It feels like you've embarked on a personal project, a mission that anticipates a rewarding sense of accomplishment upon completion. This perception frequently leads us to favor those individuals are seen as more unpredictable or edgy. They are like a complex riddle that begs to be solved, a mystery yearning to be unwrapped, and this prospect alone is thrilling in its own right. But let's halt here for a moment. Let's take a step back and reconsider. The allure of a challenge can indeed be enticing, but it's crucial to bear in that people are not lifeless puzzles waiting to be solved, or damaged projects begging to be mended. Everyone is a unique amalgam of complexities, fighting their own battles and charting out their own growth trajectories. Attraction shouldn't be centered merely on the potential or the challenge that a person poses. It should be deeply rooted in the appreciation for who they are at the present moment, for their flaws, their virtues, their aspirations, and their fears. True connections come into existence not on the grounds of transformation but through acceptance and understanding. They are built on the principle of valuing an individual for who they are and not for who they could potentially become. After all, real sustainable relationships are not based on the thrill of the chase but on the joy of the journey together. The allure of a challenge can be a powerful draw, but remember, people are not projects to be fixed. "You're too nice," a phrase that's often misunderstood. We've all heard it before and it can leave us feeling baffled. How could being nice be seen as a negative trait? But here's the thing, it's not about the kindness itself, it's about how that kindness is perceived. When someone labels you as too nice, it could be a misinterpretation of your kindness. They might be seeing it as a lack of complexity or even a sign of weakness. It's as if they're looking for a multi-dimensional puzzle to solve, but they see you as a straightforward picture with no twists and turns. But why is this? Well, it could stem from a desire for more excitement or challenge in a relationship. It's not that they don't value kindness, but rather that they're seeking a balance between kindness and assertiveness, between agreeableness and the ability to stand your ground. Imagine a story with no conflict, no tension, no challenge. It would be pretty dull, right? Similarly, a relationship without a hint of challenge might seem mundane. So, when you're perceived as too nice, it could be that they're fearing a lack of excitement or a lack of depth. But remember, kindness is a virtue, not a weakness. It's all about finding balance, It's about showing that you can be kind and considerate, but also strong and assertive when needed. Because ultimately, it's not about being a nice guy or a bad boy, it's about being a well-rounded individual. Boredom, the silent relationship killer. It's a phrase often heard but rarely fully understood. Let's take a moment to delve into this concept and its connection to the nice guy dilemma. Picture this: a relationship where everything is predictable, from conversations to date nights. It's like watching a movie where you already know the ending. Sure, it's comfortable, but it lacks the thrill, the excitement, the sense of adventure that keeps our hearts racing. This is often the pitfall of being seen as too nice. The predictability associated with being nice can lead to a fear of boredom in a relationship. But why is that? Why do we fear boredom? It's because we humans are wired for stimulation. We crave new experiences, we yearn for excitement, we seek the thrill of the unknown. When a relationship becomes too predictable, it loses its spark. It becomes mundane and, dare we say it, boring. But here's the thing. Being kind doesn't mean being predictable. It doesn't mean being boring. In fact, kindness can be incredibly exciting when combined with spontaneity, creativity, and a dash of unpredictability. It's not about abandoning kindness, but rather about infusing it with a sense of adventure. It's about creating a dynamic, engaging relationship that captivates and intrigues, a relationship that is anything but boring. Being kind doesn't mean being boring, it's about creating a dynamic, engaging relationship. At the end of the day, attraction is a deeply personal thing. It's not about a universal checklist that everyone adheres to, but rather a compilation of personal experiences, past relationships, and individual values that shape our preferences. You see, our past experiences play a significant role in defining what we find attractive. Just as a piece of music might stir up a particular memory or emotion, so too can certain traits in others evoke feelings based on our past. For example, if someone has had a positive experience with a person who was adventurous and spontaneous, they might associate these traits with attraction. On the other hand, if their experiences with such traits have been negative, they might gravitate towards individuals who are more predictable and stable. Past relationships also weigh heavily in this equation. They are, in essence, a practical application of our preferences. Through them, we learn what works for us and what doesn't. We understand the kind of emotional response we want from a partner and the characteristics that elicit such responses. Let's not forget about our individual values. These are the principles that guide our lives, the pillars on which we build our identity. Naturally, we tend to be attracted to individuals who share or respect these values. So, if kindness and generosity are high on your list, you're more likely to be drawn to people who display these traits. So when someone says they want a bad boy, it's not about the label. It's about the traits they associate with that label, based on their personal experiences, past relationships, and values. It's about the emotional response they're seeking, the adventure they're craving, or the stability they're needing. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all in attraction. It's a deeply personal and unique aspect of our lives. So, the next time you hear someone say they're looking for a bad boy, remember, they're not rejecting kindness. They're simply expressing their personal preferences, shaped by their unique life experiences and values.